Hi there, it's Mrs. Gearing here with more Latin grammar for you today. So as a reminder, if you'd like individualized Latin help or if you'd like to purchase any PDF of my essential grammar tables, then you can always email me using the link below. So today we are looking at first declension nouns. This is going back to our basics, so if you're just starting out or you want some good revision, this will be really useful. So as a reminder, if you're uncertain about the following terms, so nominative, vocative, accusative, genitive, dative, and ablative, then click on the link that should come up now, taking you back to my previous video about different noun cases. Just a reminder for if you are uncertain, a noun is always going to be a thing, the name of any thing. So like boy, ball, bottle, don't know why they all began with B there. But those are your nouns. That's what we're looking at today. Latin has 5 different patterns of nouns, and we call those declensions. So the first declension, the first pattern of our nouns, is what we are going to say goes like puella. You can learn this to many other different nouns, but the first one is puella that I will teach you. So the endings in red are the endings that you will need to memorize. So puella, puella, puellam, puellai, puellai, puella, puellai, puellai, puellas, puellarum, puellis, puellis. So you'll have puella if it's doing the action, if it's the nominative, vocative if you are addressing the girl, you would still use puella. In lots of noun cases, in lots of noun declensions, the nominative and the vocative are identical. Puellam you will use when the girl is having the action done to her, when she is the object. So I love the girl. She's not doing the action. I love the girl. So she is the object. She would end there in am. Latin is very different to English, where in English you can have nouns in you can have words only in a very set order, and that then means that shows what they mean in the sentence. In Latin, you have to look at the word's endings to know what it's doing in a sentence. And puellai, puellai. So puellai could be of the girl. Dative would be to or for the girl. And back to puella, by, with, or from the girl. And then the same in the plural. So puellai, puellai, puellas, puellarum, puellis, puellis. Now you might be thinking, but Mrs. Gearing, how do I know which one it is then, if there's so many that look similar? So you've got your nominative, vocative, and ablative in your singular, all end in just an A. Your genitive and dative singular and your nominative and vocative plural both end in AE. Well, the annoying answer is that you'll only be able to tell from the context of the sentence, from what else there is in the sentence. If there's no other nominative, then it's going to be nominative. If your verb is plural, then it's going to need to be plural if you're going to be a nominative. So there's lots of other things that you will get used to looking for. For the moment, just whenever you come to them, look for all the different possibilities and see which one fits in. The other thing to note about first declension nouns is that they are almost always feminine, as it says at the top here. So again, unlike English, all Latin nouns will have one of 3 genders. They can either be feminine, as we see here, they can be masculine, or they can be neuter. Now, so I say, almost all first declension nouns are feminine. There are 3 exceptions. And so it is worth noting this when you first learn it so that you never get confused about them. The 3 exceptions to this rule are the word for a poet, which is poeta, the word for a farmer, which is agricola, and nauta. So a poet, farmer, and sailor all go like puella. They all go like a first declension noun in that pattern, but they are masculine rather than feminine. So that's one thing to note, those 3 exceptions. So let's look at some practices for these this declension. So number 1, amo puellam. I've just put in the top right-hand corner there a box of vocabulary because if you don't know any verbs yet, don't worry, that will be coming up in one of my next videos. But for the moment, just know that amo means I love, amat means he, she, or it loves, don't say it too quickly, and amant means they love. As we've already established, poet there means poeta means a poet, and that's masculine, that's what the M means next to it. And philia means a daughter. When you see a noun in the vocab list, it will always have the genitive singular after it. So it will always have those two formats. You can just hear my dog shaking in the background. So amo puellam would mean I love the girl. You can see there the girl is accusative. She ends in an am. Yes, naturally we'd probably have the verb at the end, but I was writing these quickly. So I love the girl. Number 2 there, puella poetam amat, would mean, and I would recommend that you pause the video, try to translate these, and then come back to see the explanation to see if you get it right. So, puella here could be nominative, could be vocative, could be ablative. Realistically, start with nominative and then work there. If she's nominative, then you're going to need a singular verb ending, which we have here. So, the girl loves, and then poetam has that accusative ending. So he is being loved. The girl loves the poet for number 2. Excellent. For number 3, philia. Again, could be nominative, vocative, or ablative. But as I say, start with nominative. If it can't be nominative, or if that doesn't make sense, then look at your other options. So, the daughter. Now, poetai here, that could be nominative, right? It could be nominative plural, or it could be vocative plural. It could also be dative or genitive singular. So work through your options. Here, what you are left with when you've gone through them all is the daughter of the poet loves the girl. So let me write that down. The daughter of the poet, with that poetai ending, loves amat, the girl. Again, you can tell that the girl is the object because she has that accusative ending, puellam. Now let's look at some plurals. Puellai, so it could be genitive or dative singular or nominative vocative plural. Here we have a plural verb ending, amant, they love. So here we are going to go with puellai being your nominative, which is what it is here. So we have no other nominatives in the sentence, and it wouldn't make sense any other way. The girls love, and then the poetess has that plural accusative ending, the poets. You could make this, if you didn't, the genitive likes to go immediately after the noun that it's describing, that it's saying it owns. So this could be, if we mixed up the word order and we didn't know that, it could be they love the poets of the girl. You could get that, but it wouldn't be likely because the genitive, that ai ending, is normally going to come straight after the word that it is saying of the poet. And our last sentence here, we have the filii. So again, could be genitive or dative singular, or nominative or vocative plural. So working through, what other endings have we got? Poetarum, that can only be genitive plural, so that's great. And as I say, the genitive will normally come straight after the word that it is modifying. So it will go with filii. And then we've got another accusative ending here, puellas and amant. So we know that the subject is going to be plural, they love. So when we put all that together, we get the daughters of the poets, that plural genitive, poetarum, and they love, so the daughters of the poets love the girls. And that's what you end up with here. So that should hopefully give you a good idea of how the first declension nouns work in Latin. If you like this video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to this channel for more grammar in the future.